Ace tenía un contrato discográfico con Megaforce Records que llegó a su fin en 1990, después del lanzamiento de Trouble Walking, y podríamos decir que comenzó una nueva etapa con su banda durante la primera mitad de los años 90, antes de se reunió a Kiss, pero él no se fue capaz de conseguir cualquier interés en los sellos discográficos para lanzar un nuevo álbum. Aún él siempre decía que estaba trabajando en nuevo material. Usted se quedó con él hasta el año 1993, lo que en su opinión fue la razón para el del atraso en la estabilización de su carrera.
Yeah, I worked with Ace all through the years, the Megaforce years, as I mentioned before, and Eddie Trunk was worked at Megaforce, and he helped out Ace a lot. He was a big fan of Kiss and a big fan of Ace's. So Eddie Trunk is now a DJ here, and he knows his rock history, so to speak, and he interviews a lot of people, and he still supports Ace a lot. After Megaforce, Ace was having a tough time in his career because he, like I said, he didn't put the extra effort. He didn't think he had to because he thought he had the star power behind him, and he didn't realize what a struggle it was going to be starting over without Kiss. Ace was always, treated like a star all the time, and when he went solo, Ace didn't realize the roller coaster that having a career in the entertainment business is. You have to work hard to stay on top. I hate to say it, I don't want to say things negative, but Ace was lazy, and that was his problem. Ace's name was kind of toxic. I don't know if you understand that term, poisoned or toxic, because of the things that he did with his problem with the drinking. When he toured, at the time he was touring clubs, and some of the clubs weren't full. He'd hit certain areas and he'd sell out, clubs, 1,000 people, 1,500 people, and then he'd go into another state and then to another city, and then there would be 100 people would show up, and so it wasn't consistent. Record companies want to go with tried and true, successful artist that's going to work hard for them. And they kind of saw Ace's track record with Megaforce, and he didn't work hard enough with Megaforce. So he had to live and learn a little bit, but the drinking kind of numbed the learning part. That's unfortunate. Ace, really talented guy, really unbelievable guitar player. When Ace does get inspired, he comes out with great stuff and can really play, and that's when I liked hanging out with Ace, when he was inspired and motivated. Unfortunately, it was a roller coaster. That's why we're discussing it now, and that's why I discussed in the book Kiss and Tell.
Aparte de la cuestión discográfica, Ace tenía otros problemas. La alineación de la banda no era estable, ya que hubo muchos cambios en la batería en la posición bajista.
There was a lot of talented people in this band. Well, Ace did have a lot of personnel changes. And we had a little joke. You won't get it being in Argentina, but I'll say it anyway. Ace went through more bass players than the New York Mets baseball team went through third baseman. Ace he had a lot of drummers, and great drummers. He had Jamie Oldacre from Eric Clapton, and obviously Anton Fig, and Billy Ward, another great drummer. Wasn't the same Billy Ward that played with Black Sabbath, different guy. And that Billy was in the Rock Soldiers video. And Sandy Slavin, great drummer. He quit on the road because he couldn't put up with Ace's antics. Anton had his gig with David Letterman, and he wouldn't leave David Letterman, which was a good move because, if Anton committed to Ace, he would have been in a not so lucrative gig, so to speak. He had the better gig at David Letterman. After John Regan, Ace went through a lot of bass players. He had James Lomenzo. He was into progressive rock like I was, into King Crimson and Emerson, Lake and Palmer and stuff. So I got along with James, and his birthday's the same day as mine. That was kind of cool, Capricorn. James was a good guy, and he ended up leaving Ace. I mean, these guys were pro guys that played with a lot of bands and in a lot of professional situations, and they saw where Ace was coming from. And you know, if Ace wasn't going to care about his own band that had his name on it, you know, you're not going to keep these pro players playing with him. So that was the problem there.
Su relación con Ace terminó de la peor manera. En la corte, acusado por malversación de fondos en relación con Rock Soldiers S.A., el antiguo club de fans de Ace, cuando se declaró en quiebra después de que el programa de MTV Unplugged y antes de la reunión Tour. En la lista de acreedores de Ace, su nombre no era el único. John Regan y muchos otros también estaban ahí. ¿Cómo te las arreglas para llegar a un acuerdo con él es con sus abogados?
Now, the way your question reads is that Ace took me to court and for embezzlement, and that is never the case. Ace accused me of embezzlement, which means stealing, from Rock Soldiers Incorporated, and he accused me of this publicly with all the fans, and he wrote a letter to all the Rock Soldier fans saying I was stealing it, and he was really slandering me. He was ruining my good name, and that was something you shouldn't have done to your best friend, supposedly. That's why the Kiss and Tell book got written. People don't realize it. I mean, I get a lot of criticism from fans that don't get the whole story correct, and they point fingers at me and saying I shouldn't have written that book about Ace. Unfortunately, they got the facts wrong, and the reason why I'm justified in writing the book Kiss and Tell was because Ace pointed fingers at me publicly and accused me of stealing. And he pointed fingers at his best friend. We have a term here in the United States saying throw somebody under the bus. That means you take a guy and dispose of him, and that was pretty awful on Ace's part, to throw me under the bus. He knows that I did not steal from him. Publicly, he told his fans that I stole from him, and then in bankruptcy papers, he said, which means official government papers, he said he owed me money. So you can't have it both ways. To clarify the whole bankruptcy thing, Ace did not take me to court. I went to court with him when he claimed bankruptcy, and the court said that that Ace owed me the money. Ace claimed bankruptcy, and so many other people, 20, 30 people on his list of people he owed, family, friends, business people, and Ace he screwed over a lot of people, damaged his name and his career in the inner circle of the music business. And anybody that knows me in the music business, I have so many other celebrity friends, knows that I was justified in writing Kiss and Tell, and I wrote it in defense. I mean, Ace accused me of something and publicly, and I answered him publicly, and it turned into a big book, you know, a big best-selling book, which was surprised me, you know. How did I manage an agreement with Ace and his lawyers? We didn't. We didn't manage an agreement. The court said that Ace owed me money. Ace went through bankruptcy, and the lawyers just said, you're out of luck, buddy. Ace has no money. Also, Ace lied to the judge. Ace knew that he would have to pay all these people once the Kiss tour, the Kiss reunion tour, kicked in, and all that money was going to come in. So that's why he claimed bankruptcy. So he kind of screwed over a lot of people, not just me. And that's a shame that Ace would go to those lengths. Very kind of selfish.
Su libro, coescrito con Bobby McAdams, es uno de los favoritos para los fans de Kiss. Hay muchas historias hilarantes, así como algunas más increíbles. ¿Alguna vez algún problema con él es en relación con las historias contenidas en el libro?
Oh, the Kiss and Tell book with my co-author Bob McAdams, and Bob was best friends with Ace before Kiss. Bob said he read the ad in the Village Voice and brought it over to Ace, and Bob was going to try out for Kiss. It wasn't called Kiss at the time, and Ace said he was going to audition too. So then it was Bob and Ace that went to the audition for Kiss. Did I have any problems with Ace directly with the book? No, I've heard Ace do interviews on radio shows and kind of dismiss the book. He did that on Eddie Trunk's show. And then Howard Stern called when Ace was in the studio at Howard Stern's big radio DJ here in the United States. And the producers called me and wanted me to confront him on the air over the telephone. And one of the producers warned Ace, and he stormed off the Howard Stern show. That's like a backstory. So if you look up Ace Frehley on Howard Stern, and you see him bolt out of there really quick, it was because he had Gary Dell'Abate had me on the phone, and I believe he had Wendy Moore on the phone also, the author of the book Into the Void with Ace Frehley. So, and Ace didn't want to be confronted by us, so he ran out.